welcome to GB Yoga. Today I've got a flow called Core Flow. It's a little shorter than a full class, so it's something you can squeeze in your day if you haven't got the time for a full hour. So we'll get ready and straight into it. So you might need a block or two. If you don't, then it's fine to use a book or just go without, just maybe don't go as low into some of the positions today. But we're going to start on the back. Have a block to hand if you're able to use one. If not, you can do this next flow without. We're going to have our feet about hip distance apart, knees not quite over the ankles, a little bit further back for our low glute bridge. And we're going to come into a lay-in position. Just get yourself comfortable, make any adjustments that are needed. Hands are going to come onto the hip bones, and we're just going to start to lift up into a low glute bridge. Now think about these front points called the ASIS, pulling up towards the belly button, so our tailbone's not tucking under, but it's rooting down. And just start to pulse the hips. Just igniting and waking up these glutes. You can give them a bit of a tap if you need to. Definitely does help. If you find you get any tightness in the knees, just walk your feet a little bit further away here, and that should hopefully relieve that. If not, maybe hold still and find a position that works better for you. Just keep that going. And like I said, core flow today is going to be a lot of getting that core integration, firing up our cores. So I hope you enjoy. And now pausing here, squeezing into the glutes, so bring our hands up to the ceiling. Now just shuffle your right foot over to center slightly, and we're going to extend the left leg. Now while that leg is lifted, we'll use our right hand to draw the left fingertips back to stretch the wrist. Now you might want to stay here where the leg is quite intense if we come into the single leg bridge, or maybe you can challenge opening the leg slightly to the left and back to center. And again, keep that going. If it's too much, stay central. And we're going to flip the palm over here, so we're stretching the other side of that wrist. It definitely builds up some fire here. Again, now come back to center, release the left foot next to the right, shake out your left wrist. Right leg is extending, and we'll start to stretch out our right wrist, drawing the fingers back to begin. Same applies, you can stay exactly as you are, keeping the knees in line, or maybe open and close. And flipping the palm over. Again, maybe working with that open and close, maybe staying centered, that's up to you. And then shaking out the wrists, we'll drop the feet down. And come back to that pulse just for your last few breaths. Think about the belly starting to contract, the rib cage and chest pulling down towards the back body. And then on your next exhale, slowly lowering the hips. This is where your block is going to come into play. Again, if you don't have a block, you can do this completely without, but we're going to pop the block between the thighs around the knee region with about a 90-degree bend in the knees or thereabouts. Doesn't have to be perfect. We'll interlace the hands behind the head, elbows are going to pull up, and just start to really pull the belly in. Take a nice big inhale. And then as you exhale, just lift off those scapulas, the shoulder blades. Press your head back into the hands, really squeeze into the core. And then inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. And hold it there. Then we're going to reach our left arm forward. And then see if you can get a little bit higher, like you're trying to touch the wall or whatever's in front of you. Hand comes back to the head. Inhale to lower. Keep squeezing into the block. Exhale to lift. Right leg extends, right leg, right arm, reach forward, hold it there, hug the belly in. Good, hands come back to the head, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. This time I want you to reach your left hand up to the ceiling and lift, like you're trying to touch your ceiling or the sky if you're outside. Hand back to the head, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Right arm reaches up, reach a little bit further again. Work on all those movements of the scapula if you followed my recent video. Hand back to the head, inhale to lower, just a couple more, exhale to lift. Both arms reach forward, lift a little bit higher. It's tough to talk, so really squeezing through the abdominals, squeezing into the block. Hands to the head, inhale to lower. Last one, exhale to lift. Both arms reach up, Reach that little bit higher. See if you can lengthen the legs slightly. Imagine you're going to touch your toes, but don't pull the legs in. Keep them as they are, above the hips or a bit further away. Hands to the head, bend the knees. Inhale, 2, release. Definitely, like I said, starts to fire up our cores. We want to get that integration of the core with the rest of the body. So as I've mentioned many times, the core's not just your abs. The core kind of encompasses this whole kind of capsule, everything but the limbs. Your shoulders are involved, the pelvis, the legs slightly. It's all intertwined. So we're going to come up onto all fours. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, nice strong belly and rib cage pulling in as well. And just slightly draw the scapula together and continue to draw the abdomen in. So it feels like a nice strong position to be in here. Now we're going to lengthen our right leg back. Keep the toes on the floor and just start to firm up through the glute. And then we'll begin to lengthen our left arm in front, keeping it about like shoulder height in line with the ear as well. And then when you're ready, you can lift the leg to about hip height. Big inhale. And then as you exhale, open the arm out to the left, the leg out to the right, trying to keep it in line with the hip or thereabouts. Inhale to center. Exhale to open. Inhale to center. Exhale to open. And once more, inhale. And exhale. Hold it there, but you can drop the hand. Just keep the leg as high as possible. Maybe bring it a little bit further forward. For 3, 2, 1, and release. And we'll come straight onto the other side. So this time lengthening your left leg back. Hugging the belly in, nice firm glutes. Right arm reaches. And then we'll lift the left leg. Big inhale. And as you exhale, open away. Inhale to center. And exhale to open. Inhale. And exhale. And once more, inhale. Exhale to open, drop the hand. I've not quite got enough room for my leg here. So if you don't, maybe shuffle over, last breath. And then release the knee down. Give those hips a good shake. Not just challenging the core there, but our glutes as well. And then planting our hands. Again, draw your scapula together, hug the belly in. Step the right leg back, followed by the left to find plank. Take a nice big inhale, spread all 10 of the toes. Then as you exhale, lift the hips for downward dog. Try not to move the hands or the feet, keep them there. Inhale, come forward to plank. And exhale, back. And again, inhale. And exhale, 2 more. Inhale. And exhale, final one. Inhale. And exhale. Soften the knees, maybe pedal them for a moment, give your head a good shake. And just breathe. And then we'll just walk our feet just outside of hip distance. Toes out, heels in. We're going to walk all the way back. Sit down into the hips and let the head drop. Just releasing the back. Continue to draw the front body into the back body. And then slowly, we're going to come all the way up. Arms come overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Stuff the hips back as you hinge. Walk forward into plank. And we're going to lift the left leg. Left leg drops. Walk all the way back. Sit into it. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the hips. Hinge back. Draw the belly down. Walk the hands forward. Lift the right leg. Once more on each side, walk all the way back, sit down, inhale, exhale, hands to the hips, send them back, drop the belly, walk forward, left leg lifts. Maybe you stay there, maybe you have a little bit of a press up. Foot comes down, walk all the way back, sit into it, inhale, exhale, stuff those hips back, fold, hands walk forward, right leg lifts, maybe press up. And then we'll come back to downward dog. And then when you're ready to do so, just starting to walk your feet up to the top of the mat where we'll fold at the head release. Give it a good shake. And then drop the hips and slowly just start to come up. As you come up right, lifting the head, setting your shoulders back and down. Perfect. So we're going to bring our hands into heart center. Root your tailbone down, think about the front hip bones pulling up. We're going to play around with some sun salutations. Just take a moment to gather. And then as you inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, send the hips back as you hinge, walk, step or hop back to plank. Now we're going to find our full plank, spread all 10 of your toes. Now without dropping the hips too much, see if you can tap the knees and then lift. And again, tap the knees and lift. Once more, knees and lift. Then maybe come back down to the knees as you exhale and lower. Inhale, lift for cobra. And exhale for downward facing dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the top. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop. Good, now you just stayed in full plank, maybe dropping your knees. And as we exhale, we'll lower the elbows halfway to the floor. And back up. And again, down. And up, keep the core strong, down. And up, then as you exhale, follow through to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose. And then out through the mouth. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop to the top. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back to fold, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop. Good, now we're going to lift the left leg, option to drop the right knee, and as you exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift the chest for cobra or upward dog. And exhale for downward dog. Soften the knees, look to the hands, walk, step or hop. Inhale. Exhale, send the hips back, soften the knees, lean into the hands, walk, step or hop. Right leg lifts as you exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest for cobra or upward dog. And exhale for downward dog. Now spending about 5 breaths here. Should you wish to take child's pose, please do. If not, you can just start to pedal the feet, move the hips, shake it all out. And most importantly, breathe. Now coming back into downward dog if you're not already there. And coming into some balancing from our downward dog, we're going to start to lift the right foot. It doesn't have to be high. Keep it low to begin with, then look forward to your left hand and come onto the fingertips. Maybe you stay there, or maybe you can lift all your fingers, leaving the thumb down, or maybe you can lift the thumb entirely, so you're just balancing on left foot and right hand. Breathe here. Then as you exhale, release the hand, release the foot, come straight onto the other side. Lift the left foot, come onto the right fingertips, maybe lifting the fingers, leaving the thumb down, maybe balancing entirely. And then exhale to release. Take a big inhale. And exhale to let it go. Inhale, come forward to plank. Hold it here, squeeze through the glutes. Now we're going to drop onto our left side, coming into the left hand, stacking the feet if you can. Right arm comes up for our side plank. Lift through the side of the waist. Find that strength as you lean back into the scapula. Then as you exhale, right hand comes down. Exhale and lower. Inhale, lift the chest, relax the shoulders. And exhale for downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Drop onto the right side. Again, you can stack the feet or stagger them as I'm demonstrating this time, which might give you a bit better of a base. Pick up that side of the waist. Lean into the right shoulder blade. And then exhale, left hand comes down, take a vinyasa. And once back in downward dog, take a breath. Now we're going to make our way into dolphin. For those that know it, come straight down. If you don't, drop to your knees first. We're going to bring our forearms onto the floor, stacking our shoulders over the elbows. Palms face down, but if you are new to this, maybe interlace the hands for a little bit extra stability. We're going to let the head release, but it stays off the ground. And just look to kind of puff out between your shoulder blades. Broaden, like you're doing that cat-cow, but we're holding that cat, really hugging the belly in. Head is released, we're going to tuck the toes and begin to elevate the hips. Knees can be as bent as you need to, or really lift onto the tippy toes, take the weight out of the hammies. And just breathe. Final breath. And then we'll walk our feet back for our forearm plank. Get strong here. Shoulders draw away from the ears, neutral neck, hug the belly in, glutes stay strong. Now start to lower your thighs and your pelvis, but really hug the belly in. Imagine you're pulling yourself forward through the forearms. Breathe. Now those glutes should be firing, they should be definitely on now. You're going to squeeze them a little bit harder, hug the belly in, lift back up to forearm plank. And then slowly lower. Keep the belly pulling in like you're trying to keep the belly off the ground, even if it comes down. Pull yourself forward, arms are firing too. And then squeeze the glutes, lift. Put that one more time. Then release the thighs, the pelvis, hug the belly in, pull yourself forward. And then tuck the toes, lift back up, walking back in with the feet for dolphin. Now release the knees down and tuck the toes, just sit back, give the shoulders a nice wiggle, a little bit more on the forearms. So when you're ready to do so, coming back for your dolphin setup, if you tried the interlace hand, maybe try the other one now, see how it feels. You can always revert back. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips for dolphin. Hug the belly and rib cage in. Now as you inhale, you're going to look forward to the hands. Bring your body forward like your chin's coming over the thumbs. And then exhale back, gaze towards the knees. Inhale forward, look forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more. Inhale forward, maybe hold it here. Exhale. And last one, inhale. And exhale. Hold it there. Final breath. And then release the knees down nice and wide. Untuck the toes for child's pose. Maybe flipping your palms up to the ceiling. Take a few breaths here. Nearly time for Shavasana. Just one short little drill to do before we come down entirely. Now as you inhale, we're going to come back up, surprise, surprise on the forearms. I'm going to give you a few options from here. You're welcome to join me in dolphin or forearm stand, or maybe coming into a headstand. Again, this is your practice, so listen to your body and don't try anything you haven't done before, as you might not have anyone to spot you. Of course, if you have a wall, please use the wall. For those joining me on your forearms, you begin to lift a dolphin. And maybe you stay here, maybe you lift one leg. Any leg is fine. And if you're doing so, maybe trying a little hop here. You haven't got to stay up. Just find a little bit of float. And then drop that leg and try the other side. Just get used to using your scapula here. Keep alternating, maybe try 3 to 5 hops on each side, and if you get the confidence, you can start to hold it up a little bit longer. Of course, trying both sides. And then when you're ready, dropping onto the knees, coming onto your sit bones and straight down onto your back. Now hug the knees in, gently rocking side to side, finally some time to rest. And then keeping hold of the right leg, just straighten your left leg down. And leaving the left hand to the right knee, we'll extend the right arm out to the side. Try and keep your right shoulder blade on the floor. And when you're ready, beginning to draw the knee over to the left. Using your exhales to deepen this twist. Maybe turning your head to look to the right hand, with the option to start closing the eyes maybe. And then inhale to center. Slowly lengthen the right leg down, and then begin to draw the left leg in. Find that length through the back of the body, but then leaving your right hand to the left knee. Left arm can reach out to the left, and we'll begin to draw the leg over. Using your exhales to maybe deepen again, trying to keep the shoulder blade on the floor. And then inhale to come to center. And find your final resting pose. Stretch the limbs away from the body, palms facing up. Of course, if you need to alter your position for more comfort, please do. Draw the chin to the chest. And just take a full body scan. Just noticing what's still maybe holding tension, what is giving you feedback, any sensations. Nothing's right, nothing's wrong. And with every exhale, using it as an opportunity to soften wherever you can that little bit more. Let go of all control. Let go of any judgment from your brain. Just be here with the breath, with the body. And I invite you to stay here as long as you need to. But for now, I will say namaste.